All right, Shalom. First and foremost, we're going to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rachak, Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, great millstone who rule well. And salutation, much love to Yakim out there, pushing out his word in truth and sincerity. For us from great millstone, Tamba back with another live lesson, Lord, as well as edifying to the hopeful elect. And we're going to go into spirit here, but I got a couple of articles we can start off with. But actually, grab Habakkuk chapter 2. We'll start with that and make our way down, and then we'll get the verses or the articles I got lined up.
Khan. This is the book of Habakkuk, chapter 2, verse 2. It says, "And the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but
it's real quick. This is speaking on the visions or the prophecies, because that's why they're for a appointed time, because they were seeing visions were given unto certain men, and then it was, but they didn't understand them back here today. Now they understand it, but they didn't understand it back then. But now it's for it to speak loud and clear. Okay, which how's it speaking? Because they come to pass. Go ahead though.
Exactly. Yeah, they speak because they're happening, and if you understand the prophecies, then you see that the Lord is actually working. So we see everything, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. So reading on, it says, this is verse 3, Habakkuk 2 and 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
Okay. So now at this point, they're coming, it's happening every day on the news. You see, the prophecies that we've been talking about happening, like the Apostle Elder Apostle Hart said, we're pretty much already in 2nd Esdras 15. It's going to continue to escalate. It's like the birth pains. They're not slack anymore. The plagues of the Lord.
Right.
But I don't know why it got signals fucked up. I'm right next to the damn router.
Well, should I give a scripture, if I may? If I can get this one scripture, if I can remember where it is, I think I do. This is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 16, verse 37. 2nd Esdras 16, verse 37. It says, "Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son. With 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains compass her womb, which pains, when the child cometh forth, they slack not for a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side." So just like as a woman is giving birth, when her water breaks, okay, and there's nothing you can do. You can't send the baby back into the womb and postpone it for next Wednesday. No. Once it comes out, and it's a very painful experience. All right. And the woman will tell you that. So it's the same thing with these plagues. Just like as a woman is about to give birth, it's the same thing with these plagues. You can't send these plagues back. All right. And they're going to come, and they're going to come in full force here soon. You got it, bro.
Kind. But keep reading in Habakkuk chapter 2.
Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
It says, "Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by faith."
Right. Going Esau, Edom, his pride. Hold on, his pride, has lifted him up, even to certain of our people, but mainly the Edomites and the elect. They're living by faith. But go ahead. Here's the main points that I wanted, though. Go ahead.
Verse 5, "Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people."
Yeah, so that's clearly talking about Esau right there. All right, because it said that he neither keepeth at home, right, or he transgressed by wine. All his philosophies that he's pushed out upon the world is made him proud, because all these nations are. Why this shit is losing signal, man? You hear me, Art?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So he could, he's become Esau, the proud. You read the book of Obadiah. He goes into how the pride has deceived him. All right. It said, and then it says he enlarges his dire as hell and is as death. You go into what is that? Revelation. I think is Revelations. Let's see here. I think it's verse. Come on, man. So like, bear with me 1 second. Like, I don't know why the internet's going slow. But this is a Revelation 6 and verse. I'll just get straight to the point. It says 6 and 8, Revelation 6 and 8. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death, and hell followed him. So that linking up literally directly with that what we just read in Habakkuk, talking about he enlarges. I'll read it again about hell. He enlarges it, something like hell. But and so it mentions death and hell. Okay, so we're narrowing it down. Who was talking about? Go ahead.
Right.
Let me move closer
It says,
to the router, see if that helps.
I'll just get to the point. It says, who and I'll read the whole verse. Habakkuk 2 and 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and keepeth unto him all people. Yeah, that's what this man does. He's the as the movie, what's it called? The Planet of the Apes. Yep, you know what I'm talking about. They call him the harbinger of death. And it's really talking about the so-called white man. It's not talking about the human race or earthlings or anything. It's talking specifically about the so-called white man. He's the harbinger of death. He's the one that heapeth unto him all people. Like, he's a thief. He can't be satisfied. He's a virus. I remember we used to call him a virus a few years back. All right, this is exactly what he's, a cancerous virus that needs to be
eradicated
out of the earth.
Yeah. He must be eradicated. Just like he does to people with cancer. What does he give them? Chemothermal radiation. Well, that's what his judgment's going to be. Receive thermonuclear missiles. But let me finish that off. Revelation 6 and 8. It says, I'll start from the top again. It says, and I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. So this nigga is literally death, bro. All right. Esau Edom is death. And the history proves it. It says, and hell followed him, and power was given unto them over the fourth part of the earth to kill with the sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the earth. So the Lord gave this man the ability to bring this mass death. Okay. That's right. His own mode. What do you think the sword is for at the end of the day? The sword is for, to slay and to kill. You turn off.
It's good. I think you may have froze. Or maybe I'm frozen. Oh, man. I don't know if the brothers can hear me or not. But yeah, it looking like it frozen. If a brother's listening, just let us know if you can hear us, Bubba Kashaw, because it's freezing up, acting strange. But yeah, man.
Yeah, it says that I'm in here like 4 times.
Okay, yeah, it got you in there twice.
Okay, here we go. Move that and move that. There we go. Yeah. Okay, here we go. I'm sitting right next to the router, and it still says it's slow signal. Just see the prince of the air. But let me get ahead and get these articles, because like you see the title of the video, America is in shambles, and that's why I wanted to start off in Habakkuk. Matter of fact, I don't think we got finished it all. You finished the third or the fifth verse. Read the 6th verse as well.
Yeah, Khan. So in Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 6, it reads, shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his?
Yep.
How long?
There's
and
another
to him,
verse real
but
quick. Because that's how Esau. Read that again. Shaw. While I get this.
Khan, Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 6, it says, "Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, Woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long?
Mm-hmm.
And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay."
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing here in America. So we'll get to that part about the thick clay. But here, verse Ecclesiasticus chapter 10, verse 7. I'll start at 7. Pride is hateful before the Most High in man, and like we read in the Habakkuk chapter 2, that was the 5th verse, said that he is made him proud. Roughly paraphrasing in
Uh,
that 5th verse.
Khan, yeah, it says, "He is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who
Yep.
enlargeth his desires of hell."
So he's a proud man. In Ecclesiasticus 10 and 7 says, pride is hateful before the Most High and man. Because, nobody likes a proud ass nigga because he's always boastful, puffing himself up. And, people might not say nothing, but, that it's hateful. But that's to preach that. And these nations are starting to look at Esau like, man, this piece of shit, because
Yep.
he goes around boasting, telling them what to do. And then it goes and says, and by both doth one commit iniquity. Verse 8, it says, because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another. So how was America established? All right. How will Esau's kingdoms established mainly, but since the Renaissance era, through deceit. The scriptures say in Revelation that he was loose for a little season to deceive the nations. So this is why this man is going down, as we see America. All right, Babylon the Great, which is the ancient Roman Empire 2.0, back to it. Well, really, it just got an update. That's all it was. You know what I'm saying? Because they never died. Remember, the beast was just wounded. But yeah, let me go ahead and go to this article here. Oh, not article. Well, there's a few articles here, but this is America crumbling right now. You have the world, the eyes of the world are watching right now everything that's going on here in America. You have the shit show of what you people call politics and democracy going on. All right, you got this dude, the Speaker of the House, just got outed. And I was going into it earlier. The reason they outed this nigga is because he was the one that kept the shutdown going. He stopped the shutdown from happening, but it was through some deceitful means. All right, pretty much. The Republicans, they was ready to get it shut down, and then this nigga came in and brought in a new bill, and he called they called an emergency session on Saturday while we was out at camp. And then he gave it was like a 70 something page document, and they said they had a vote on it right now and then. So they didn't even, this nigga didn't even give none of them opportunity to read it, none of
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But they had to pass it, and then Esau does his bullshit, so they prolonged it by having speeches, so they was able to prolong it. But now since they passed that 45 extra days extension for the shutdown, but now they just retaliated. The his own people, the Republicans, they just got this nigga out of there. All right, so that's just so they're going to show you Satan be divided against himself. The house cannot stand.
Yeah.
All right, and then going to the end of that Habakkuk's set 2 and it was 6, talk about the thick clay. Well, America, is through. They're dead. What was it? How many billions a day was it? Let me check
Is
real
it
quick.
30? Was it? Hold on.
32 billion a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just read this thing here. It says breaking total US debt rises by 275 billion in one day to a
That's a,
record 33.4 trillion. Exactly 2 weeks ago, the US debt hit 33 trillion for the first time ever. This means that the US has added 32 billion in debt per day for the last 2 weeks. At
God
this
damn.
current pace, the US will add 1 trillion of debt in a month. The debt ceiling crisis is far from over. And as you see on the screen here, you got all these different articles telling you about it. It says flashing red warning 33. This is that thick clay
Oh yeah.
flashing red warning $33 trillion US death spiral could suddenly
Yeah.
trigger a Bitcoin price vicious circle. Blah blah whoop de whoop. We know ultimately where this is all headed. The mark of the beast. Okay. Um. Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do the most recent sort by date. It says breaking conservatives force historic vote and remove. Okay, well that had nothing to do with the debt. Well again, it's all distractions. And remember, they had a big fight on Saturday too.
Right.
Bond sell off intensifies long term U.S. yields hit 16-year high. So U.S. debt costs will hit new record by 20. Listen, we're not trying to get into 2025.
Nah. Fuck
All
that.
right. So you see that hey, Elon Musk declares the U.S. dollar a scam amid fears of 33 trillion U.S. debt spiral. So this place is finished at the end of the day.
Oh,
They continue to lay on the debt, and but here it is. The reason they didn't want to pass the what's it called, pretty much the bill to keep the government going. That why they had to prolong it is because these niggas, the Democrats, want to keep sending more billions to Ukraine. So
yeah.
the Republicans wasn't with it. So hey man, this nation is divided, and if you can't see a civil war coming, then you're not living in reality. And another thing is you have the two candidates that are going to be leading the charge for the 2024 election are both being brought up on charges. Trump
Yep.
being brought up on charges in multiple states. Biden, they're trying to impeach him, and then with the Hunter Biden, his son, all that scandal going on. So it's a shit show in America right now. That's why I titled it "America is in Shambles." And if you go into the word, well, let me just get the definition of it, and then I'll look at the etymology of it. I haven't looked into that yet, but it says shambles, a state of total disorder. Here you go. So America is in a state of total disorder right now. People don't know what's going to happen with this election. They're already saying the last one was rigged. So now even more people are going to believe it. And then they can go. America's about to have to go to war. That's the only option left on the table. So they can bring in some kind of war pack or whatever. I forgot what it's called. I think it was who was it? The nigga that was president during Vietnam, because he overrode the Congress. He didn't ask them if we could go to war. He just declared that we were going to war. But so they could do that same kind of situation again, and that would have put the election at a halt. I forgot what is called, the war pack or something like that. I can't remember off the top of my head, but the president as the leader of the, what is it, the because you have the different branches of the government. You have judicial, legislative, and executive, right? I believe the president is the head of the executive branch. He has the power to override them for war because he's the commander in chief. So if these niggas declare war on Russia, all the elections and shit, that's going to come to a screeching halt, or they could just postpone it. So things are about to get very interesting here in America as they're being divided. The people are divided, looting stores and killing each other on the streets. People are demoralized. Nobody wants to join the military. Things are about to get very interesting here in America. Go ahead, though, brother.
This is the book of Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon. Sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate." All right. And, the daughter of Babylon being America, Babylon the Great, America, if you will. Okay. It's, again, that's the brother saying, that's the title of the lesson is, the America is in shambles. All right. It's run by a bunch of criminals. All right. They're running their country into the ground. It's all orchestrated. We understand why this is happening. And, we want it to happen ultimately, because this is the downfall of this kingdom means the uprise of our kingdom. All right. But as we look, all the confusion that's going on out here, all right, the violence, all right, the money, the money problems going on, the debt. I mean, this is a unprecedented time in American history, man. This place is the only, like the brother said, the only thing that's left to do is go to war. All right, and so we're waiting patiently for them to declare that, and they're going to bring back the draft. A lot of these jakes ain't going to want to get involved in that, all right, but they're going to be forced to. And this is what we've been prophesying for many, many, many years, starting with the apostles. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, the same shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. So it's been completely exposed. All right, America is being exposed to the world via the internet. All of his treachery. All right, his riches got by deceit and injuries and all that. Okay, it's now the so-called chickens are coming home to roost, man. People got a severe problem with the United States of America, man.
Sure.
Hey, and then it goes on to say, oh, go ahead.
Real quick before you keep reading, I looked up the etymology of shambles. You know, you got to go to the old one though, because it says some of them say meat or fish market, table, stall for vending, which you know that makes sense because America has been that made the merchants rich. But you go down a little bit, it says place where meat is sold to slaughterhouse, 1540s. Then figuratively, place of butchery. You people are getting butchered out here. And then you go on, it says, and generally confusion, mess. You know. So hey, this place is a mess.
Yeah.
And it's a slaughterhouse. So it's a twofold. The word shambles is twofold for America, man. It's not only confusion and mess, but it's also going to be a place of butchery, slaughterhouse. Man. Real quick, let me get the verb. It says to walk with a shuffling gait, walk awkwardly and unsteadily. That's your president. Can't even make it up the stairs. It says ungainly, awkward. Okay, that's pretty much the point though that I wanted all from that shambles. But you know, the new speak from I think it was Merriam Dictionary says the state of confusion. Okay,
that's right. That's the state of the United States of America and the whole Western world right now. This is Matthew 12:25. It says, and Yahushua knew their thoughts and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall this kingdom stand? Now, of course, this is a rhetorical question. That kingdom can't stand. All right. If you're divided against itself, is ultimately going to implode in itself. So we're sitting here watching the show basically on the inside, because we're watching this place actually deteriorate from the inside. Where every single day we wake up in the morning, we check our phones, we check our notifications, and something else horrible has happened out here. Something else has failed in America. In the case of this guy, you got the Speaker of the House. This guy ousted. Okay, what's tomorrow going to be? Tomorrow, what they saying? Tomorrow is that test. Okay.
Yeah, it's FEMA. It's from FEMA.
Yeah, the FEMA, the signal they're going to send out.
For everybody's phone, yeah.
Probably nothing's going to happen, but maybe something will happen. We don't know.
Yeah, hopefully. Shit.
Hopefully something. Yeah, I hope so. I hope that tomorrow is it. I hope tomorrow is the day that everything falls apart.
If not, hopefully on the 5th. If
right,
not on the 5th, maybe the 6th, and so on and so forth. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not going to lose our hope. You know, we don't take these dates by serious, but right. we watch very intently. Okay, as the prophets, as the seers, we're watching very intently on what this man is going to do, because this man clearly he's divided against himself. Something's going to break here soon. All right, okay, a leg is going to break. Something's going to buckle here, and once it does, the whole economy is going to crash. We're talking about the world economy. Okay, it's going to be a big deal, and it's going to hurt a lot of you Americans, and only the elect is going to be able to really stand. But yeah, if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? That kingdom can't stand. Okay, is ultimately going to fall. It's going to collapse, and then another kingdom is going to come in this place. Okay, which is going to be the kingdom of Yahushua, the kingdom of heaven. All right. That was it on that.
I got something. Going back to the confusion, America being in shambles. It started in let's see here. I'll get to the point. Isaiah 24 and verse 8. It says, the mirth of Tabret ceaseth. Mm-hmm. And any day now, all the mirth is going to cease. Okay, all the bullshit, and hopefully, hey, hopefully it is tomorrow. If not, then, hey, we gonna keep pushing regardless. But we want to
Absolutely.
see some judgments come upon you people. If niggas start bugging out, hey, if niggas start bugging out tomorrow, call like how about Shmi Shy,
Mhm.
you know.
Oh, praises.
But if not, hey, call like how about Shmi Shy, because we know it's according to his timeline, not no nigga saying, you know, because everybody's a conspiracy theorist, you know. All of a sudden, oh, they said they're gonna do a nigga. They've been doing Amber Alerts for years, and you know signals for years, so. I mean, if something does happen, you know, they turn them 5G towers on, cool. You know, let that graphene oxide flow through them veins on these bug outs.
Yes, sir.
Just
Let's
know
do it.
you if you come across a man Lord, you might get roundhouse kicked, you know, but because hey, I was watching this movie 20 what is it, 28 weeks later,
28
and
days.
no, that was the sequel.
Oh,
The first
oh,
one was
okay.
28 days. The second was 25 or 28 weeks later. And they in that movie they called the virus, they called it the rage virus. And so
Oh, wow.
they showed you that, and they what were they? They were zombies still, but they called it the
Right.
rage virus. So they show you this in like the movie The Kingsman, where they that cellular device went off and niggas
Mhm.
lost their damn minds, started killing each other. Show you that in the
Right.
movie Cell. So, and then in this movie, they called it the rage virus or something like that. So hey,
Rage.
if it happens, it happens. Just know if you around a man of Lord, you're gonna get karate chopped, you know, or angel of
Mhm.
the Lord gonna come and wreak havoc on you. So that
Yeah,
that,
you
that
be
that's what that them people that the conspiracy theories, all these bug outs, they should worry about it. We're not worried. We want it to
hell.
happen. But
Yeah.
let me keep reading. It says, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth. Yeah, all the when we go out to camp, you hear music in the background. You watch our video, the camp videos. You hear music in the background. Niggas getting drunk on the same block and the next block and the block after that. There's people by the water. We live in a bay. There's nothing but beaches and good times out here. But hey, people love to come to Florida for hey. Very
Mhm.
soon, all of that's gonna cease. It says, they shall, verse 9, Isaiah 24:9, they shall not drink wine with a song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it. Yeah, hey, you can't drown your sorrows anymore. You're not going to be able to listen to Bob Marley while you drinking yourself to sleep, all right, or going
No.
out to the club, right? Because that's what they do at the club, right? They drink and listen to music, or any bar setting, any festive setting. They got music playing and drinks being drunk. Verse 10, this is the point. The city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. So the city of confusion is America. All right. Babylon the Great, that great city, right? And we just said America's in shambles, which meaning in a state of confusion. So it says the city of confusion is broken down. Let me see what it says in the NLT real quick. Isaiah 24. Let's see here. Isaiah 24. And verse 10, it says in the NLT, it says the city. Where is it at? Okay. It says the city writhes, rights in chaos. Every
Right.
home is locked to keep out intruders. It's about to get bad out here. You ain't
Yep.
you ain't gonna want to leave your house. You're gonna make sure your windows are boarded up, locked. Your door it needs to be reinforced. It's about to get bad out here. You people still, hey man. Well, actually, let me read from verse 8, the NLT. It says the cheerful sound of tambourines is stilled. The happy cries of celebration are heard no more. Right? Everybody like your local team won a game. Niggas is partying together and having a gay old time. It
Right.
says
Yep.
the melodies, the melodious chords of the harp are silent. Gone are the joys of wine and song. Alcoholic drink turns bitter in the mouth. So you're gonna,
Mhm.
hey, the Lord gonna put it. So even you try to drown your sorrows, you're gonna spit it out because it's gonna be bitter to you. Niggas be
Not gonna have any
pounding
peace.
bottles and drinks. It's gonna be you gonna spit that shit out. You're gonna have to live in
Mhm.
reality. See, the reality is about to set into you, Americans, and you're not gonna be able to escape it. No drinking, no smoking, no fentanyl, none of that is gonna be able to get you out of this realm of reality that's coming
Oh,
upon you,
hey,
America.
that that's something. That's
Yep.
something to think about with all those things off the streets, off the market during those times when it's completely chaotic. Those people rely on those drugs. Okay, fentanyl. Yeah,
Pharmaceuticals.
they
Yep.
need that. You know, they some sort of opioid. They need that, man. Even though it bugs them out. But imagine if they don't have it and they have all these withdrawals.
Even prescribed medicine. You know, people taking heart medication, diabetes, Xanax,
dialysis.
What do they call it? Yeah, they got a term for antipsychotics. Okay, these people are gonna bug the fuck out. But let me keep reading because I had never read it in the NLT. But verse 11 says, well, let me read 10 again. It says, the city writes in chaos. Every home is locked to keep out intruders. Verse 11, mobs gather in the streets, crying out for wine. Joy has turned to gloom. Gladness has been banished from the land. That's America for you, man.
What was that?
That was Isaiah 24:11.
Oh, in the NLT,
yeah, in the NLT. Yep. So, hey, people are going to be looking for the wine, meaning the wisdom, understanding, right? Like Amos 8:12 says, people going to be going from sea to sea, roughly paraphrasing. People going to need answers, and then people are also going to gather in mobs to get answers the hard way and start looting. They already doing it now. It's sedition. Okay, sedition is coming. What it say? Joy has turned to gloom. Yeah, everybody's still. These Americans are upbeat. You know, even though they shit, lives are shit. They can't barely pay the bills. They still got them fake smile, the clown face on. You know what I'm saying? The Joker face. You know, he had to paint the smile on himself. And it says gladness has been banished from the land. The only people that are gonna be glad, all right, is gonna be the elect, the ones that the Lord has chosen to endure this hell that's coming upon this earth. Go ahead,
that's right, brother. This is 2 Ezra chapter 6, verse 22. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown, and the full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. And the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. So we're seeing the storehouses getting completely ransacked. You know, we're talking about, luxury stores and things like that. But wait until it turns into your Walmarts and your Publixes and your Rite Aids and all these grocery stores. They're gonna go get the food and the supplies and the actual resources that you need during a time of chaos, like maybe lighter or coal and things. All that shit, what you call that, propane tanks. All that shit's gonna get looted, and soon. It says when every man hears, they shall suddenly be afraid. And it's gonna be too late for a lot of you cats at that time because you have done nothing for the Lord. So when these things overtake you as a thief, as it says in the book of 1 Thessalonians, the 5th chapter, you're not gonna have any protection. You're just gonna be out there trying to figure it out, and it's gonna be complete chaos out there. It says
gonna be bugged 24. Out because the scriptures say in 2 Ezra 16. I think it's like 72 around about or 74. It says the Lord's gonna be our guide. These people ain't gonna have a guide. They're gonna have to go off of what they think, and they're gonna be afraid. They're gonna be tormented. They're not gonna be in their right state of mind. But knowledge and wisdom are gonna be the stability of our time. So we're gonna be level-headed and be able to understand why this is happening, who's bringing this upon the earth, and what's the outcome. And then through that, we're gonna be able to see the signs of the Lord guiding us. The rest of the people, they're going to be out here to fend for themselves. And ultimately, they're going to go down to Egypt for help. And they're going to have a shipping station with your name on it.
And the scriptures say, woe unto you that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. All right, that they may add sin to sin. And so that's what's happening now. Okay, because you see Jake covering with the covering of Esau, Egypt. Okay, but not of the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, even though they hear the words that we're preaching, but they're not going to do them. All right, so when you think it's going to happen? The Lord's not going to have any mercy on these people, and they're prophesied to be destroyed. Okay, the scriptures talk about this. These people are prophesied. Their purpose is to be destroyed. Okay, and we might touch that. I'll read on a little bit though. 2 Ezra 6:24. It says, "At that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein." So you're going to have people just turning against each other, just complete anarchy. They don't even trust their own friend anymore. They won't trust their neighbors anymore in the block. All right, everybody's an enemy. Everybody's out to get you. Okay, nobody got their medications. Everybody's short on drinking water and food and supplies. And so after a couple of weeks of nothing, you're going to want to kill somebody, man.
A couple of days.
Yeah, I say weeks, but, I'm just being generous. You're going to try to go and look for somebody and take a life, okay? You're going to have all this blood in your hands. And this is America, man. This is what's happening. this is the downfall of a great city. We're seeing it in real time. We're living through it. Okay, this is prophetic.
Niggas kill for
It
less.
says,
Hold on, real quick. Niggas
okay.
kill for less. Niggas will kill you for stepping on their Jordans. So you think they not gonna a day after the shit gets crazy, they ain't gonna start killing? Niggas are robbing stores and beating niggas up left and right every day. You think that when there's no police whatsoever, Esau he can't wait for that. You think these Edomites shooting, the gun ranges just for fun? They practicing for you niggas, man, and you spicks, and for each other. Because ultimately, again, we start off with Esau being invited. He gonna go to war with himself, So it's beautiful. The Lord set this up beautifully, man. He showed you the beast man, right? Esau, how savage he is. But look, our people are even more savages than him. So it ain't gonna take weeks for them to lose it. It's gonna take a matter of hours. Let the lights go out. I guarantee you, in a couple of hours, niggas will be looting the stores in hours after the lights go out. So imagine if it's 2 days gone by with you can't call 911. You pick up the phone, nothing happens. There's no TV. There's no stops. The stop lights stop working. They systematically shut down certain cities to bring it to, because Esau ultimately he's not, this nigga's a cunning hunter. This nigga would just shut down certain cities to invoke riots, and beautifully good. He should do that. We're with it. We're with it. You know what I'm saying? Do what you got to do, because we know ultimately it's the will of the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, we'll be protected. It says, at that time shall friends fight one against another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. All right, so it's telling you that basically everything that you know and love is going to stop. It's going to halt. Okay, people they're gonna be looking at each other with the side eye. Okay, there's gonna be no more truth out there. Ain't gonna be no more videos. All right, let me see what the prophets are saying. They ain't gonna be out there no more. Ain't gonna be no more. You ain't gonna have the brother said. You might not even have no lights, no internet. So right. It's just gonna be a time of survival. I mean, this is what we're seeing. This is what the prophecies are saying. There's gonna be because they gotta think of it like this. The scriptures prophesy a time of trouble that the world has never seen before, and we've seen some very horrific times in the past. So for this time that's coming to trump all that in the past, then it's got to be bad. There's got to be millions and millions of people are going to lose their lives in a short period of time, while a lot of people are going to be left out here confused and scared. And when they're scared, people tend to do crazy things, go out of their element.
Yeah, they call it fight or flight.
Fight or flight, exactly. Yeah,
and they're still they'll be once Esau's going to bring something, but he's going to establish safe zones, green zones, but to be in them, and they'll put it up quick. They'll call it district this, district that, safe this, safe whatever fancy titles they want to put on it. They're going to have them ready and set up. But to be part of that, to continue with society, you're going to have to take the mark of the beast, right. Order out of chaos, and that's going to be it. He's gonna cause something, and then he'll have. Oh yeah, you don't have to fight these crazy people out there. Come to the safe zones, yeah. And at the gate of the safe zone, there's gonna be niggas getting chipped up, military, heavily armed military men. They're
gonna feel safe there.
You might be able to get away with robbing people coming out of Walmart and Targets for a while, but soon when Target stops restocking the shelves, that's all done with. But those safe zones, they're gonna have food, they're gonna have AC, but there's only one way in, and you're not gonna be able to dig a hole or be a nigga and nigga your way in there. No, it's gonna be heavily fortified.
As if you're tight knit, and they're gonna check everything all the time, and can't just slide in and slide out. No, once you're in, you're in. Okay, and again, like the brother said, it's gonna be armed troops out there. It ain't gonna be no game plan because maybe something just happened, maybe some sort of terror, something just happened, so everybody's on edge, and so now you get the National Guard and military, everybody's out there, and hey, you either get with it or you get out, okay? And if you choose to get with them, then there's no getting out after that. Now
exactly.
You've
they're not only They're not only keeping people out, they're keeping people in.
look at the camps that they're setting up. I mean, they got the barbed wires, on the inside so that you can't jump out. So what is this telling you, man? So I mean, this is real. This is reality, man, and this is gonna start taking you Americans by storm. Like you Edomites, or you Jake. Okay, you Jake. Well, let's go to the military. Let's go to the safe zone. Get the family. Go get Tay. Let's go over to the safe zone. We're gonna get some food. They're gonna keep your ass in there, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if go ahead. Yeah. I was gonna say, because this is a war term. If you hear this in the near future, just remember you hear it first. Well, not here first, but you hear it here that if they's talking about green zone, like if they say come to the green zone or green zones, just know that it's war, because green zones are set up in the time of war in the land. Like in Iraq, when they invaded Iraq, what the military do? They set up green zones that was safe to be in,
Mm-hmm.
So if they's talking about greens, come here to the green zone, and that's the spirit, because they mentioned that in that movie 25 weeks later, whatever it was, the sequel, they mentioned it, and that the people that were uninfected, they could come back to the city, and they called it the green zone. And again, matter of fact, I'll just look it up real quick, just a simple Google search.
Doing it right now.
People, Jay be lazy sometimes. They ain't gonna look it up. But here it is, green zone, Iraq. I'll type in green zone Iraq. Okay, it says, what is a green zone in Iraq? It says a 5.6 square mile areas. Okay, that's not what green zone in war. I'll type that in because they would give me the actual place.
Right.
What is a green zone in war? A green zone was a heavily fortified zone in the center of the Iraqi capital that served as the headquarters or successive Iraqi regime. So what happens in a green zone? So there you go, man. A green zone, they set up in war. America set up green zones in Iraq. And what was going on? There was that war. So they're about to declare war on you Americans. They even it says they even got a movie. They got a movie called Green Zone with who's this? Oh, Matt Damon from 2010. I gotta check that one out. I never seen that. Okay, let me type in something else though. What is a green? Let me type in what is a green zone. What is a green zone? Yeah, it keeps going back to Iraq. So I guess that's when they officially called it the green zone. What is the meaning of a green zone?
Basically, it's like an area that they're using out there in Baghdad for the coalition and the civilian authorities looking like.
Well, here it says the definition of a green zone varies from community to community, but there is a common concept. A green zone designation provides a local framework to protect the environmental and economic health of a community heavily affected by a local pollution.
Right, there it is. Exactly, exactly what it is. So they're going to set those things up in your local towns and cities, and it's basically because the cities are in shambles, okay? And the green zone is going to be like, okay, well, finally, the government is doing something.
Right.
Finally.
And all we got to do is go there. All we got to do is go to the green zone.
Yeah, let's go. Everybody go to the green zone, and then they realize that it was an okie doke. And now, now your faith is being tested because the MOTB is there. They're gonna get you chipped up and chipped out, man. So, that's why we telling you, man. If you don't have the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua you in those days or in these days, then you're gonna get caught up in all this confusion out here.
I got another one. It says, "What are examples of green zones?" It says, "Green zones are areas that provide local governments with the flexibility to focus on a variety of issues related to sustainability." So it's going to be, again, America is in shambles. It's going to be confusion. It's going to be sedition. So this is going to be a center for sustainability. For example, a local government may use green zones to help promote healthy lifestyles, reduce pollution. And they talking about green initiatives and, save the earth. It says, and or provide affordable housing and sustainable jobs. Yeah, it's going to be affordable housing, but how are you going to pay for the house? because you got to pay for it somehow. It's gonna be
Mhm.
digital.
Fucking
But yeah,
retards.
that's all I had on that.
God, man. Yeah, so really, you see that it's all being set up. Everything is being basically rolled out before our eyes. We don't really have much time left. You're gonna start seeing these things in your cities, but not before the great collapse. So keep your eyes open. I mean, they're talking about what could potentially happen tomorrow. Who knows, man? Keep your eyes open to all these things, man. I don't have any other scriptures. You
Yeah,
have
I'm
anything?
just going to the comment board to see something that's in season right now. Um, oh, you bring this one out because this is who's going to bring the green zone. Psalms 58:3. The wicked are estranged from the womb; they go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So don't trust anything this devil's saying
Nope.
moving forward. He's gonna do nothing but bombard you with lies. From
Bullshit.
here on out, he's gonna tell you nothing but lies. What he got to tell you to get you to come get marked.
That's
Okay,
right, brother.
but that's his ultimate game plan is to get your ass to come be a servant unto him. And back then you have like you would go to the king, you would take a knee, you know.
Right.
Well, that's what he's gonna want you to do, knee before him
Hmm.
and get branded.
That's right. And you're gonna feel like shit doing that shit because you just gave your soul up to this
Yep.
motherfucker, though. We
Yep.
told you, man, that he was gonna do it, and you fall. Don't fall for it, man. Just because he's destroying your land, he's destroying your communities, and just so you can be forced to take his mark. Got to be smarter than that, man. Just watch for these things because it's going to come soon. All right, don't listen to no 2025 initiative or no 2030 plan. And look,
It's
it's
all
coming
bullshit.
soon. All right, it's coming soon. They ain't got no time to be waiting to push it up to no damn 2025, nothing like that. So be prepared for these things. These things are coming soon to your neighborhood. Anything else?
What was the one where says they shall be held in derision or something like that? It's concerning the mark. I can't remember exactly how it's phrased, but nonetheless, if you remember it, but Esau, just because you get chipped don't mean Esau's gonna welcome you with open arms. He might put a foot in your ass after he chips you. You know what I'm saying? Or let you starve to death because he already got you. He don't care about you. Never trust thine enemy. You hear this? He gonna tell you, oh, all you gotta do is take this chip, and you'll be able to eat. You'll be able to sleep in a nice little mattress with some AC. You might be huddled up with your family in the room, but hey, it's gonna be all right. You don't have to die.
Right. I
And
got
those
it.
exact words were already used. So go ahead.
So this is the book of Second Ezra 16 again, verse
Yeah,
69.
that's it.
It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and
Yeah.
in
So you
reproach."
consent to take the chip, and then you still gonna be held, and you still gonna be starving. You still gonna be getting your ass whooped.
You
Esau
might be
don't give a
stuck in
shit
there.
about your people,
You'll
man.
be stuck in there. Yeah,
Right.
you're gonna be basically at mercy of their new laws and their little smart cities, and you're gonna be
Yep.
stuck, bro.
The true
And
concentration camps for the true
oh yeah,
Jews. How about
yeah.
that? Put
How
that in
about
your
that?
peace pipe and
Let
smoke
me
it.
finish it though. It says, "And they that consent unto them shall be had in derision, and in reproach, and trodden underfoot." Okay,
Mhm.
it says, "For there shall be in every place and in the next cities a great insurrection upon those that fear the Lord. They shall be like madmen, sparing none, but still spoiling and destroying those that fear the Lord." So they're coming for you, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. They're coming for us. Okay, and they're going to do everything in the power that was given unto them to destroy our people. But the
Yep.
Lord has a remnant down here that's set aside for Himself, a grape set aside for Himself. All right, and they will not perish. So all we're doing is we're doing what the Lord has commanded us to do. We're trying to be as obedient as possible and warn you, brothers and sisters out there, of this, because when it comes, we're not going to be out. We're not going to be out there anymore to tell you and teach you this stuff
Yeah,
anymore.
guide you
You're going to
through
have to
this.
know it. And, yeah,
Yeah, like
yeah,
like Jay
right.
gonna have an article for you. Nah, you're gonna have to figure it out.
Yeah, you figure it out, man. You got it. I mean, since you didn't listen to us, then at all, you must know something. So, this is one of our final warnings, because again, this thing is going to end soon. All right, we don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do these lessons. So, consider this one of the final warnings coming out from the brothers, man. All right, from the Lord, from the Heavenly Father, through these men. Okay, on the earth, take heed. All right, this is important stuff that you should know. All right. Anything else?
Nah, that's all I had.
All right.
That's
So
pretty much it. Yeah.
Okay, so with that, Lord willing, this was edifying. We do want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh,
Yahweh,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Yahushai,
Yahushai,
Bahashem,
Ba'ashem,
Bahashemadash.
Dash.
Also giving double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS, Great Millstone. And salute to Yakin out there pushing the word out in truth and sincerity. You brothers and you sisters listening and learning. Yahweh Bashem Yashai Brakatham. Peace.